top half of the first here at East Field. Game 43 out of 43 for the Stallions. We had a little bit of technical difficulties getting going, so Justin Ford walked on a full count to start off this game. Brandon Fish at the dish. Stallions come into this one 28-12-2 on the year. While this game might not mean anything for playoff implications, there's a couple of storylines that the Stallions would like to accomplish here tonight. Hitting win number 29, which would push the all-time franchise record up for next season, and also trying to season sweep these Dragons. They're 9-0 so far, searching for win number 10 here tonight in the final game of the campaign.
Yeah, the last game of the season being against the team you're 9-0 with to begin with just gives you ultra confidence going into Game 10 and past that. Being the last game before we get to our playoff scenarios and all of those games, it's a good game to lead off with.
Ford steals second. Here's the throw. It will go into the outfield. Ford is on his way to third. It'll be a stolen base. He moves up 90 extra feet on the error, and now there's a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the first. Also something to note, this game only 7 innings here tonight at East Field. Both teams agreeing beforehand to play the game at 7, and the Stallions can get out of here in 5 if they are leading 12-0 after the 5th. Fish walks. There's runners at the corners with nobody out here for Eddie Yaman.
The pitcher on the mound for the Dragons today is number 17, Logan Krause. In his last start, he took an L. On the 15th of July, went 2 innings, pitched 6 runs, 4 of them being earned. 5 hits, a walk while facing 13 batters.
It's been rough. It summarizes the tragic summer that it's been for these Glens Falls Dragons. Have really struggled across the board on the pitching side and also the hitting side. They sport a 198 average coming into this game on the year and also hold the lowest ERA in the entire PGCBL. Runners are at the corners here with nobody out. 0-1 count to Eddie Yaman. He hits this one into right field. Cespedes is chasing it. He'll make the play. Tagging from third is Ford. It's a sac fly for Eddie Yaman, and the Stallions lead it 1-0.
Stallions needing to hit a little bit after last night, only putting up 3 hits and no runs against the Utica Blue Sox in a loss at Cantine last night. Got to get the bats going again. Only an off day on Monday, and then Tuesday, a game at Cantine for the second round of the playoffs.
Ryan Rescio will be next. Fish is at first. There's one out. Stallions taking a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. First pitch misses up and away. And the struggling, or the stat you really don't want to see if you're a Stallions fan is that they are 5-10-1 this season against the top 4 in the PGCBL, that being the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs, the Amsterdam Mohawks, and the Utica Blue Sox. So it's something that they're going to have to consider as time goes on here, depending on who they get on Tuesday. Fish steals second, but to only put up 3 hits against a top 4 team is worrying heading into the playoffs.
And baseball, the thing about it, Dan, is it's an unpredictable sport. A pitcher can have a bad day. The bats can have a bad day. The pitcher could be good. The bats could be good. It's really a game of unpredicted things. So the Stallions have to put that all into account and just play it to the best of their ability.
This one's grounded to the left side. Griffin throws to first. It's in time. Fish is trying to move up to third. He causes an error. He will stay right there, but some aggressive base running by Brandon Fish gets him over to third with 2 outs.
Yeah, the Stallions need to show more aggression at the bat on that first pitch, looking for a swing. And then in the field as well, when they're on the base paths, if they think they have it, go for it. These are the times to test it out. You're locked at that second seed spot in the East Division with no worries into this game. Test it out a little bit. Test the waters. See what you can and can't do going into Tuesday when you play the 3, 4, 5, or 6 seed.
Andrew Amato will be next for the Stallions. There's 2 outs. Fish is over at third. He takes a first pitch strike. It was a struggle for Andrew Amato last night. He was 0 for 4 against the Utica Blue Sox. Came up in a bases-loaded situation, couldn't get anything going for the squad, and then you revert back to the day before when he was playing up against the Auburn.
Especially last year, really set the standards to the highest one can put it, batting at .415, 13 home runs. That's a stat that the PGCBL may never see again.
He goes down. Stallions put up one. They lead it 1-0. Jace Van Valkenburg on the mound in the bottom of the first. Stay with us. Bottom of the first here at East Field. Final for both squads. Jace Van Valkenburg on the mound for Saugerties.
Yeah, Jace Van Valkenburg, it's been a few days since his last start, looking to really leave off or start up where he left off on the season. A 3-0 with a 3.91 ERA, 10 games, 3 of them being a start. 20 2/3 innings pitched, got 14 strikeouts and allowed 22 hits.
And the funniest part is Van Valkenburg is a hitter tonight. Stallions only putting 9 out there, playing like they would be if they were in the National League a few years ago. 9 players, 9 batters. Van Valkenburg down 2-0 here to the Dragons' leadoff hitter, Christian Moat.
Van Valkenburg, really, his usage was to the maximum this year. Top 5 in pitchers with innings pitched. A reliable guy to throw strikes for the Stallions. Stallions are going to use him in the playoff or 3 towards the middle. Van Valkenburg is going to place himself.
2-1 count. Here's the pitch. That one runs in and hits Moat. So with the runner at first and nobody out here in the bottom of the first, Kyle Wu will step to the dish for the Dragons. He's the second baseman tonight. Van Valkenburg comes set. Here's the pitch. Gets Wu swinging for strike 1.
And I talked to a Glens Falls local before this game, and he said the Dragons were way more aggressive on pitch and stolen bases. Yesterday against Oneonta, they forced the defense to make mistakes. 7 stolen bases. 3 between Mo and 3 between Wu.
This one's grounded right back to Van Valkenburg. He'll go to first for out number 1. And the Dragons are coming off of a win, AJ, like you mentioned, over the Oneonta Outlaws. Not something that you see every day for this ball club.
And the Glens Falls local said they threw it over second, they threw it over third. They scored runs on mistakes, and they were putting pressure on the Outlaws to make mistakes, and that was a big part of the win yesterday.
And you rarely see a win from this squad. Got mercied in 5 innings, 21-2 against the Amsterdam Mohawks a couple of days ago. Moat goes over to third. He is tagged out.
Yeah, that was the first throw that we've seen out of Yaman this year where it was a dot throw. He hasn't had a ton of opportunities besides this one during the year where either it was too long to second where the runner had too big of a lead.
Odilio Cespedes at the dish. He chops one over the head of May. Resio throws to first. It's not in time. An odd play right there. You can blame it a little bit on the infield. That ball got an insanely high bounce.
Yeah, that was a beyond high bounce, but it also shows the power out of Odilio Cespedes. A grounder that hits the ground. Bounces up that high, 20, 25 feet above Jarrett May's head, who's 6'4" already. That's power.
Odilio Cespedes has been one of the most consistent hitters on this squad. He's one of two members in this Dragons lineup batting above 200 coming into this game. Next up for Glens Falls will be Jack Griffin. He's the third baseman tonight. He'll take a first pitch strike.
And Dan, like you said, only two batters in this lineup above that 200 average mark. Stallions have 5 or 6 in the lineup where 300 is just a minimum for them. The bats really succeeding for the Stallions this year.
Yaman blocks. Reload, bro. Odilio's going to second. It's a single right there by Jack Griffin, the third baseman.
They would have scored if Moat didn't get thrown out by Yaman.
Bad base running by Christian Moat. Turn your Wi-Fi off.
It's off ready.
Oh, that's me. That's me. That's hypocritical. That's on me. Here we go. That one misses inside. Experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties here at Eastfield. That always seems to be the normal whenever we travel up to Glens Falls. The Wi-Fi not the best, but we'll keep fighting throughout the game to give you the best coverage possible. Dragons have runners at first and second. Kanan Bernardo at the dish.
Yaman's throw to third base to get Christian Moat saved. A run there. Like you said, Dan Griffin, a single to right field would have scored if Yaman didn't throw a dart down to third.
The 1-2. A big cut and a miss. Runners at first and second, 1-2 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Van Valkenburg comes set, now deals. He misses down low. Count is 2-2. That one misses on the outside. Full count. If we're even live. The payoff. Both runners will go. Van Valkenburg freezes Bernardo with the off speed for strike 3. Dragons strand 2 here in the bottom half of the first. Stallions lead at 1-0 as we head to the second. top half of the second. Stallions against Dragons. In the final game of this PGCBL camp today, we were sitting at Damaski Field getting this season started, and now 42 games later, we've hit the finish line for the regular season.
Yeah, and, when I played baseball and you go to high school and college, they say, yeah, it's over in the blink of an eye, and I blinked, and we're at the 42nd game, and it's gone really fast with, we had our obstacles and we had our success, but the over-success really overruled it.
Speaking of obstacles and success, Jarrett May steps in. This is a guy who has been facing obstacles, but recently has found success, was our Pac Hub player of the game 2 nights ago against has found success, was our Pac Hub player of the game 2 nights ago against Albany. Had a 2 RBI double in that one, along with 3 runs scored and 2 walks.
Yeah, for such a powerful guy, the Stallions would love a power hitter where he gets the contact he deserves, and with his contact exactly gone his way, but showed pure success when he got that Pac Hub player of the game going 1 for 2 with a double, 2 RBIs. That's the Jarrett May that was at Weber, and that's the Jarrett May that we hope to see when playoffs come around.
And the funniest part is that he's hit 3 home runs that have gone about 5 feet foul here at East Field. Takes outside for ball 2.
Yeah, each one just closer and closer to that foul pole. The last one, which was about last week, Dan, if I remember, I think it might have been out.
It was foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. May takes the outside fastball. It's 3-1.
May on the season, 13 walks, but keep in mind, he's only at game 25, 26 on the season. He's averaging almost a walk.
Pops this one up foul on the left side. He also leads the PGCBL in hit by pitches.
6'4", 235. Some pitchers might have trouble.
Full count here to Jarrett May.
Bad idea.
The pitch. May hits this one into left field. Hart moves over. He will make the play for out number 1.
May just got under that one. If he was not such on an elevated swing right there, that could have been out. He got all of it there, just a little under it.
Rich Rodriguez will be next. This one's grounded to the left side. Griffin throws across the diamond. 2 quick outs here in the top of the second.
Logan Krause only gave up that first run in the first and then really settled himself down. Now we get to the strike zone and finding a stride that works for him.
Mike Cuello will be next here for the Stallions. 2 outs in the top half of the second. Last game of this PGCBL season. Krause deals. First pitch catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1.
Cuello on the season has found his stride. It's a game-by-game basis. If Cuello's hot, he's hot. But when playoff time comes around, Cuello's going to be an important bat at that bottom of the lineup, looking to get on base for the top, a quick, speedy guy that can use his speed as an asset.
Cuello fouls that one right back. In his last game was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, did have a stolen base. But he's another guy like potential, just has struggled to show it this summer. Pitch misses outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top half of the second to number 22. Lots of 2s on the board. Here's the pitch. Cuello flares this one into right field. It will go foul. Count stays at 2-2. Jace Van Valkenburg looming on deck. And AJ, you start to think about, is this game going to be like the Amsterdam one? Well, we'll see another position player maybe on the mound.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we do. Obviously, going to have to put in the comments again to see who's going to win.
Matt McIntyre was your winner last time. Got $200, some Pack Cub NIL money for being the pitcher that pitched the least amount of pitches in a singular inning against Amsterdam. Cuello hits this one into left field. That one's going to get down. He's rounding first. Cuello heading to second. There'll be a play. He's in there in time. It's a 2-out double for Mike Cuello.
See, that should be a single, but when I talked about Cuello's speed being an asset, that's a pure example right there where he rounded first with no hesitation, no intention of stopping. He wanted to be that runner in scoring position.
Jace Van Valkenburg, the pitcher, will step in now. Van Valkenburg hasn't batted he fares, played alongside our producer tonight, Casey DeSell. We've heard from a couple of people that he's a decent stick in the lineup. We'll see how he fares with Cuello over at second and 2 outs. This one misses down low. It's just the second time this season that we've seen the pitcher at the dish. Stallions playing a straight 9 against the Amsterdam Mohawks just a few games ago and are doing it here again in the final matchup of the year. Seems like Van Valkenburg was late on that one, and it's got to be awkward coming to the plate after not batting in over a year.
Yeah, it's like riding a bicycle, but it takes a few times, just not one at bat. Got to see a few through.
The 1-1. Van Valkenburg takes it on the inside for strike 2, and Van Valkenburg comes from a baseball family. His younger brother committed to UMiami and dubbed as the #1 overall prospect in New York State on the mound. So lots of baseball genes that this guy is around constantly. That one misses upstairs for ball 2.
You can see Van Valkenburg has that batter's discipline, that batter eye, that curveball. Usually a PO, a pitcher only, would swing at that high fastball, but he knows his discipline.
Cuello's at second. 2 outs at a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Van Valkenburg cuts and misses for strike 3. We still have yet to see a Stallions pitcher notch a hit this year. Dragons are down by 1 as we head to the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second here at Eastfield. Dan Shallon with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto here in the Pack Hub broadcast booth. Stallions are clinched as the 2 seed. They'll have off tomorrow before hosting a home playoff game on Tuesday night. Still waiting on who the opponent could be. But they got to take care of business here tonight against the Dragons in the final game of the season. First batter for Glens Falls here in the bottom of the second will be the shortstop, Andrew Gabriel.
Yeah, Andrew Gabriel. In his last game against Oneonta, 3 for 5 with a stolen base, but on the season, overall struggling. A 162 with 3 RBIs, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts.
Van Valkenburg finds the zone. It's 1-1. Here's the pitch. A big cut and a miss in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Strike 3, he's got him. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Jace Van Valkenburg, and there's 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
Van Valkenburg really finding that 2-strike pitch right there, that curveball, that when he throws his fastball, it completely can get you off guard, change your load, and change your swing.
Kyle McNeff, the catcher, will be next. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Seems like that curveball is working really well for Van Valkenburg right now.
Yeah, Van Valkenburg seeing it as a first pitch to a batter pitch, and he's enjoying throwing it right now. He's finding it for a strike, and they're swinging and missing.
The 0-1. Goes back to the curveball once again, and it's quickly 0-2.
Eddie Yaman's got to notice that and call it again. I know it might be repetitive, but if it isn't broken, don't fix it.
Van Valkenburg deals. That one just misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Van Valkenburg, the starter tonight. He comes out of Herkimer. And he's one of a few guys in this PGCBL that come out of Herkimer. We've seen guys from this Glens Falls team, Albany Baseball Club, a lot of other squads sporting local guys here in upstate New York.
Yeah, it's extra reps at that point. The colleges are appreciative. I'll bring in baseball players and get them 3 months of summer reps and continue on to off-season.
Van Valkenburg, he gets McNeff swinging, drop third strike. Yaman throws to May, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the second.
That's 3 in a row for Van Valkenburg now. And if you look at the season, he came into this game with 14 strikeouts over 20 and 2/3 innings. In just 2 innings, he's supported himself with 3.
Ryan Hart will dig in with 2 outs. First pitch that he sees is lined into right center field. It will get down. It's a 2-out single here for the left fielder, Ryan Hart.
That's the second time we've seen one drop like that. We saw that at Griffin. The 4th batter in this lineup got a single there to right center, just dropping and blooping in for the single.
Cody Meyer, the 9-hole hitter, will dig in. Hart is over at first. There's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Van Valkenburg will step off, just wants to get on the same page as Yaman. Finds the zone for strike 1.
Seeing a particularly wide zone today, I have the home plate umpire letting this game play as it goes, keeping the pace as normal as possible.
And of course, we're only playing 7 innings tonight here at East Field. Both teams agreeing beforehand to play the straight 7. Dragons are clinched as the worst team in the PGCBL for 2024 by record. Stallions have clinched the 2 seed, so no reason for either squad to risk any injuries for any players. Van Valkenburg will flip to first for out number 3. He strikes out 2 in this inning. Dragons leave 1 on base. Saugerties leads by 1 as we head to the 3rd. Top half of the third here from Eastfield. Dan Shalom with you, alongside AJ DiBenedetto in the Pack Hub broadcast booth. Top of the order for the Stallions to start off. Justin Ford digging in. He walked in his first plate appearance and then would come around to score. He also had one of 3 hits last night, knocked a triple into the right center field gap against the Utica Blue Sox. He'll take the first pitch he sees for ball 1.
Out of Ford this season, you've just seen pure consistency. 8 extra base hits, 4 doubles, 4 triples, 2 home runs, 31 RBIs, and a .358 average. He's been getting on base to the maximum every single game.
He chops this one over to third. Griffin throws to first. It's in time for out number 1. Brandon Fish steps in now, still walking in his first plate appearance.
Fish in just 11 games, this one being the 12th of .357 with 4 RBIs. Last night had some trouble, 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts.
He had his season debut here in Glens Falls, made an instant impact, was sporting that .357 coming into this game. It just shows you how much discipline and maturity this guy has. He's a rising senior at UMass Lowell.
It's always nice to have a few, I don't want to call them veterans, but older guys on the team that know the sport of baseball that could be the leader of 9 guys on that field at a time and be the voice in the dugout.
1-1. Off speed misses upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Brandon Fish. Hey, AJ, the lights turned on. Call Richards. Richards Electric. Fish grounds this one over to Wu. He'll bring it in, throw to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the third.
Dragons defense really playing above par right now, keeping it clean. Only 1 error in the field, but besides that, not allowing the Stallions to take much advantage on balls that should be called as outs.
Eddie Yaman steps in now for the Stallions. He had a sac fly in that first inning, brought home Justin Ford. AJ, this guy is averaging above an RBI per game right now.
Yeah, on the season so far, .216, 2 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs, 18 RBIs. Like you said, when there's runners on, he plays at his best. He finds them a way to go from second to third, from third to home, and will find himself rounding third as well.
2 outs here in the top half of the third. It's a 1-1 count. Yaman fouls this one off to the right side. It's 1-2. Stallions leading by 1 here in the 7th inning, final game of the season. Yaman goes down on strikes to end off this inning. It's the first 1-2-3 inning of the ball game. Stallions still leading 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. So we're here at Eastfield in the final game of the season, and we heard about these special Dragon Dogs, AJ, and we thought, hey, why not give it a whirl here in the last game of the season. I won't make you eat that much of it, but you got to take one bite. If I'm taking one bite knows the rules. So grab your Dragon Dog.
You go first.
I'll go first, but you still have to go after me.
I will.
So we're going to implement for next year every road ballpark we visit. Try their specialty food. Let's give it a whirl.
You know I'm not a big hot dog.
Get first bite.
I don't want to take a bite.
Oh, not bad. I think you got it.
Why don't you rip off a piece and just give it to me?
There you go.
I'll take like a tiny piece.
You got to try it.
That's what I'm taking.
Now give me your score out of 10.
Give it like a 7-1.
It just tastes like a normal hot dog.
Yeah, 7-1.
You hear Dragon Dog and you think maybe there's something special on it. I'm here to tell you first. Dragon Dog here at East Field is just a normal hot dog. Bottom of the third, still a 1-0 game. Christian Moat leads things off. Top of the order for Glens Falls to start things. We see a new pitcher on the mound for the Stallions. Jackson Cohen is in. Cohen deals a first pitch ball. It's 1-0. I gotta say, AJ, I was a little underwhelmed by the Dragon Dog. I was expecting more.
Wasn't a huge fan, but a hot dog's a hot dog, and you can't deny that.
I'm more of a Sabrek guy if I'm gonna go for it, or maybe a Hebrew National. I don't know about you. Some people say the Nathans, but it's a little bit too crispy for me. Get me some Papaya King, though, New York City special. I am there all the way.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
And I don't know about you. For me, it's mustard, ketchup. That's it. Nothing else.
I'm a straight ketchup, just sweet and simple.
I hope one day you evolve to appreciate mustard on a hot dog.
I'm not there yet. 19 years have passed, and I haven't hit that part of my life yet. Maybe when 20 comes around and, you're in your 20s, maybe I like mustard.
Cohen gets Moat looking for out number 1. Van Valkenburg leaves the game. 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs. Issues 1 walk and leaves with 3 strikeouts, so promising signs here from Jace Van Valkenburg. Kyle Wu steps in now. He's 0 for 1 tonight, grounded back to Van Valkenburg for the second out of that bottom of the first. This one misses up and away for ball 1. And it's really promising to see out of Van Valkenburg to have such a solid outing here tonight, especially ahead of the playoffs.
Yeah, it brings the confidence right where it needs to be in just 2 days from the first playoff game, which will be played on Tuesday at Cantine Field.
One ball, 2 strikes. Cohen comes set. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, he's got him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jackson Cohen, and there's 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, Cohen showing up in this bottom of the third on the season. ERA in 11 games, none of them being a start. He's got 1 save on the season in 14 innings, 17 strikeouts, 15 hits. So looking to really get himself in that rotation come around playoff time.
Cespedes cracks his burst. It's not in time.
Such a close play. Just that bobble really gave Odilio Cespedes that second step, and that's going to put him at 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles to that right side.
And with Cohen on the mound, it's another guy you would like to see have a promising outing so that you could go to him in a playoff situation.
Yeah, it really has the velocity, has the arsenal. Just to control can sometimes be an issue. But when that control is figured out, he really takes advantage of his speed, velocity, and the other pitches he throws and can really use it to his advantage.
The cleanup man, Jack Griffin, at the dish. Cespedes at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-0. Catches the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Cohen deals. This one's fouled off to the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here to Jack Griffin.
Cohen really controlling himself. Really absolutely great so far in this bottom of the third. Really hasn't had to take his foot out of the trench yet, and sometimes he lets it get stuck there, but today really keeping it out of the trench and succeeding inning by inning.
Cohen misses down low. It bounces off of Yaman. Cespedes will go over to second on the pass ball.
That's a very rare thing to see a ball go by Yaman. That one just hit the plate. It went a little bit above him or off the knee guard. Just a hard one to block.
So now a 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third for Jack Griffin. Tying run in this ball game sits over at second. This one's hit out into center field. Cuello moving back, and he's got it for out number 3. Dragons strand 1 here in the bottom of the third. I'm still thinking about that mediocre Dragon Dog, which we tried at the beginning of this bottom of the third. I wouldn't go to it if I were you, AJ. Saugerties leads by 1 as we head to the fourth. Here in the top of the fourth, Ryan Rescio to lead things off. He's 0 for 1 tonight, grounded out to third in his first at-bat. This game having some pace to it. Only 7 innings as well, and we're through 3 here at 7:48 p.m. Rescio takes down low for ball 1.
Strikes being thrown, plays being made. Only 5 hits through 3 innings so far. That's why we're in the top of the fourth, Dan. Only 1 error so far.
Dragons have had a base runner in every single inning of this game. Stallions only have 1 hit on the board, but do have 1 run. Rescio takes that one in the zone. It's 1-2.
Stallions in this top of the fourth got to see that first pitch strike by Logan Krause most of the time coming in for a strike. So got to take advantage of it and just hit the ball on the best part of the bat.
That one nicks Rescio. He will go to first on the hit by pitch. Andrew Amato will step in now. And he's a guy who's been sliding a little bit as of late, and definitely not what you want to see ahead of the playoffs.
Yeah, sliding. I mean, did go 2 for 5, but wasn't totally satisfied with himself. Knew that his potential reaches beyond those numbers. Went 0 for 4 last night with a strikeout. Knows against Utica, his potential again could go beyond that. And today against Glens Falls has a strikeout. Kind of just, he's ready to take it up that next notch when playoff time comes around.
He takes it in the zone for strike 1. Rescio is at first. There's nobody out here in the top of the fourth. Dragons are coming off a victory of their own against the Oneonta Outlaws, trying to finish strong here at home despite an ugly record throughout the entire season. Amato takes it inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Off-speed misses at the top of the zone. 2-1.
Both Dragons pitchers and Stallions pitchers finding that fastball for a strike, finding the off-speed for a strike. That's why we're not seeing a lot of success on the hitting side of both teams today so far.
Another one misses on the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here at Andrew Amato. Amato will not bite at that pitch at the knees. It's a 5-pitch walk for him. And there's runners at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Mato finding himself on base. And for baseball, just finding yourself on that base path could be a game changer in your next at-bat. Let the confidence elevate itself as at-bats go throughout the game.
Jarrett May will be next for the Stallions. Runners are at first and second with nobody out here in the top of the 4th. Kraus sets deals. Misses down low for ball 1.
May in his first at-bat flew out to left. Now in a perfect opportunity. A speedy Recio at second, looking to just put one in the outfield and allow Recio to score the second run of this game.
The 1-0. May takes it up high. It's 2-0. And we'll see a mound visit here for the Dragons. Just wanting to talk things over with Jern May, a guy that they've seen drive the ball out of this park in foul territory multiple times this season, especially with Amato over at first and Recio at second. A lot of speed right now on the bases for these Stallions. If May can punch one into the left center field or right center field gap, 2 runs could easily score.
That's another asset that the Stallions have is their speed. 1 through 9, 7 out of the 9 guys can get you a stolen base. And that comes in a time's need being.
It's definitely what you want to see ahead of the playoffs. His runners out first and second. 2-0 count. Kraus catches the outside corner. It's 2-1.
May fought hard in his last at-bat, got to that 3-2 count. Now looking to fight again here. The count is in his hands.
2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's right down the middle for strike 2. May upset with himself that he didn't decide to swing on that one. Two to May, misses outside. It's a full count.
Full count again for May. 2 at-bats, 2 full counts. Last outcome was a fly out to left. The question is, this could be a different outcome here.
Here's the payoff. May just pops this one up on the infield. Griffin will grab it at third, and there's one out here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, just not the exact swing May was looking for. The in-fly rule right there, so automatically out. Runners stay where they are.
So with one out and runners at first and second, Rich Rodriguez will come to the dish. First pitch he sees misses down low. Resio goes to third. He's going to make it there. Griffin couldn't come up with a throw.
It's a huge stolen base there by Ryan Resio and Andrew Amato, now in position where a single scores 2 with Speedy Amato at second.
Rodriguez, a guy who's gotten the job done this year. He has 14 RBIs on the year. This one's lined over to short. Gabriel throws to first. Rich Rodriguez with an RBI ground out, and it's 2-0 Saugerties.
Rodriguez, they were just getting a job done, allowing the lead for some more comfort, insurance, and reliability as the next innings come around.
So with Amato at second and 2 outs here in the top of the fourth, it'll be Mike Cuello. He takes a first pitch ball. Stallions scratching across another run here in the top of the fourth. They lead it by 2. Cuello takes it. It's 2-0. Cuello smacks that one over to the third base side. Griffin has some trouble, now throws to first. Bernardo can't pick it. Amato is coming home. Cuello at second. He's going to go to third. Cuello reaches on the E5 right there and then gets all the way over to third. A run scores, and it's 3-0 Stallions.
Just more insurance here for the Stallions as the runs keep coming across. Again, only a 7-inning game. So only 4 more times of at-bats, now up 3-0. It's a sense of confidence in the dugout.
Jackson Cohen will step in now as the hitter in the 9-hole. It's Cohen's second plate appearance at the dish. We saw him come up in Amsterdam. He struck out in that one. Still searching for our first pitcher hit of the entire year, or even pitcher walk for that matter. Cohen with a big cut and a miss. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes here to Cohen with the runner on third. He pops this one up to left field. Hart is under it. He makes the play. But the first contact we've seen from a pitcher all season long as Cohen flies out to left to end this top half of the fourth. Stallions scratch across 2. They leave 1 on base. They lead it by 3 as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth here at East Field. Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. Stallions scratching across 2 in the top of the fourth. Jackson Cohen out there for his second inning of work. Last game of the year for both squads in the regular season. Stallions playoff bound. The Dragons hoping to get there next year. This one's fouled off to the right side to start off the inning by Caden Bernardo.
Bernardo on the year, a 148 hitter with a double, a triple, 6 RBIs. A big frame guy, 6'4", plays first. Just having trouble at the plate this year.
This one's hit into center field. Cuello is under it, and he makes the play for out number 1.
And Dan, the pitcher's continuing to duel. Although 3 runs have been scored, it's really been a pitcher's duel today. The bat's not waking up to the maximum on both sides.
And AJ, I don't want to get anybody excited here on the stream, but Matt McIntyre is throwing out there with Ben Keefe in the bullpen. Ben Keefe pitched yesterday, and there are only 9 hitters in this lineup, so Matt McIntyre could be making his second pitching appearance of the season here tonight.
Is there a prize? Have we talked to anyone?
I think it might be the same thing as last time. We haven't checked with our sources just yet on what the deal is, but if a position player is to come in tonight, it should be the same rules as last time.
There was no winner last time, so hopefully a winner today.
Andrew Gabriel, the shortstop, at the dish. That one's chopped foul. And, of course, what we're talking about is last time a position player pitched, we had you all in the stream put in the comments who you think would pitch the least amount of pitches in a singular inning, and then the winner got a Stallions t-shirt. We had a vote for Justin Ford. We had a vote for, I believe, Jarrett May.
Tyler Bach.
And Tyler Bach, but none of those guys ended up being the winners, so we still have a piece of merch to give out if a Stallion is to come into this game.
Yeah, it's a beautiful t-shirt too. Yeah, it's a great t-shirt. You can wear it out anywhere.
Well, I know I love repping my Stallions merch wherever I go, so I believe anybody else watching the stream would love to as well. This one's chopped to the left side, foul. Count stays at 1-2. Bottom of the fourth here at East Field. Stallions leading 3-0. Here's the 1-2. Chop to the left side. It's going to be a tough play. This ball is going to just roll foul.
Smart play there by the combination of Fish and Yaman. Just waiting for the ball to roll left on foul play. And now another chance to get it out here to get the 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth.
And once you see that ball tailed just foul, you got to swipe it away. Give it no chance to come back into fair territory. The couple other arms we see out there in that Stallions bullpen, Tyler Bach, Mario Trivella. Going to be interesting to see who comes into this game.
Yeah, I'm curious. I think Matt McIntyre might come in to start and then just a few of the other guys warming up.
All I'm going to say is that if Tyler Bach comes into this game, I think he's going to be a monster. That's my pick of the day.
Is it because he's a lefty as well? So not
I like
not
that
a ton
lefty,
of lefties.
and he told me he has a little bit of run on that fastball. So I'm excited to see that.
I'm curious to see as well. We'll take our picks when they start coming in and the options present itself.
Still a 1-2 count here to Andrew Gabriel. We saw Van Valkenburg pitch 2 innings. You would expect this to be the last inning of Jackson Cohen's night. This one's poked over to May at first. There's 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth.
Jackson Cohen just going 1-2-3, 1-2 this inning, and just continuing to really elevate his skills and the confidence with him and the coaches.
Kyle McNeff will be next. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth. 7th inning game to end the season here tonight. Both teams agreeing on that beforehand. So regardless of what the score is, this game will end in the 7th. McNeff chases upstairs. It's 1-1.
McNeff, a batter in that 100 average as well, a 140 on the season, 5 RBIs, 24 strikeouts. Again, another Dragon having trouble at the plate.
Another cut and a miss. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Cohen. It's skied high into shallow center field. Cuello drifting in. He makes the play for out number 3. Dragons go down 1-2-3 for the first time in this game here on the bottom of the 4th. Stallions leading by 3 as we head to the 5th. Top of the 5th here at East Field. Dan Shalom with you alongside AJ DiBenedetto. We see Logan Krause out there for his 5th inning of work. Dragons letting him go as long as possible here in the final game of the season. It's going to be the top of the order for the Stallions. Here in this top half of the 5th, Justin Ford, Brandon Fish, and Eddie Yaman. And once again, AJ, it's just so weird that we're already at the end of the regular season with a maximum of 5 games left in the postseason. Really has felt that this season has flown by in a blink of an eye.
When you see success and you love baseball, those two combine, and you want to go to work every day. You want to call baseball, and you want to play baseball. So players, coaches, the broadcasters, including ourselves, everyone's just having a good time and going by day with this.
Couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you and I have had an exceptional experience here with the Stallions all season long. We have to, as always, thank Kevin Hinchy, Rob Vanderbeck for putting us in this position to start out this year. Who knows what the future holds, but we couldn't be more grateful to be attached to this historic squad this season.
Yeah, and especially seeing the 28 wins get broken, and now we're at 29. And we're looking for 29, actually. I'm sorry, looking for 29. So if we get the win today, just being a part of a squad that, can break it.
Justin Ford takes a first pitch ball. And it really has been remarkable to come here with you and, of course, Casey DeSalle, our producer, and transform the Stallions broadcast from the top down. We're the only team in the PGCBL with a 4-camera setup at home. With replays, we're going to be hopefully integrating a sideline reporter next year, regardless of who's with us or who, if we are even back with the staff alongside us. So we've made big strides for this organization, trying to leave it in a great place for next year and be not just a media leader here in the PGCBL, but across summer baseball.
Yeah, it's been an honor, seriously. It's been a good time. And it's baseball. I'll repeat myself, because it's doing what you love. So just testing yourself, testing your creativity, and how far can you go. So we've really been put to the test, and we've been having a good time with it.
3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Off-speed misses way upstairs. Second walk of the day for Justin Ford. Brandon Fish will come to the dish with Ford over at first. We'll see a mound visit right here for the Dragons. Logan Krause's day is done. His final appearance for Glens Falls this season. Goes 4 innings, lets up 3 earned runs, 1 hit. He leaves Ford at first. He's responsible for the Seton Hall product. Brandon Fish coming to the plate. Stallions leading by 3. We'll be right back. Top of the 5th, first Dallas Hot Wieners called to the bullpen of the day for the Glens Falls Dragons. George Creighton on to pitch.
Yeah, Creighton on the season, the 5'10", incoming freshman going to Scranton University out of Somers. An 0-0 record with a 9 ERA in 9 games played. 14 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts, and has given up 13 hits on the left side.
Brendan Fish at the dish. Ford is at first. First pitch he sees, misses in the dirt. Ford will go over to second, and there's a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, Fish an opportunity now to get right back on the track. Having a little bit of trouble with going the opposite side. We saw him take full advantage of that the past few games. Last few hits all to the right side, looking to explore that left side of the field once again.
Creighton deals a strike. It's 1-1. And we now have learned Matt McIntyre is coming into the game for Saugerties in the bottom of the 5th.
Should be an interesting one. I'm curious what other position players will be coming in. We saw Mario Trivella, Tyler Bach. So just a few of the names right there.
Ford lines this one right over to Wu at second. And there's one out here in the top of the 5th. My bet is still on Tyler Bach to have the least amount of pitches in an inning.
I like Matt McIntyre. He proved us all wrong once. I'm not going against it again. I trust that he'll be throwing strikes and that outs will be getting made.
Eddie Yaman digs in here with one out. Ford over at second. Stallions leading by 3 here in the top of the 5th. Yaman skies this one behind the plate. It's going to go out of play. One ball, one strike here at Eddie Yaman.
Yaman so far on the day, a sac fly in the first, got a first RBI of the game, and then you take it to the third where he struck out on 4 pitches. So looking with a man and runner in scoring position to get a run here.
The 1-1. Yaman takes it high and away. So far this season, since joining the Stallions, Yaman batting just above a .210. That's through 17 games. Does have 19 RBIs on the year, though. Averaging above an RBI, has one here tonight. Had a sac fly in the first, which scored Justin Ford as the first run of this ball game. Yaman fouls it back. It's 2-2. Creighton deals his 2-2. Strike three gets Yaman looking for out number 2.
That lefty curveball just coming in from the outside to the inside, completely fooling a righty. Creighton taking full advantage of being from that left side.
Which is not usually an advantage, but George Creighton made it an advantage against Eddie Yaman. With 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, Ryan Resio will come to the plate. He takes a first pitch ball. He pops this one up to the left side. Right to the shortstop, Gabriel. He makes the play for out number 3. Stallions strand 1 here in the top half of the 5th. Matt McIntyre coming in to pitch. He dealt an inning of clean work against the Amsterdam Mohawks with the strikeout. He'll look to replicate it in the bottom of the 5th. Stay with us. Bottom of the 5th here at Eastfield. Matt McIntyre is on to pitch. AJ, we saw him once before in Amsterdam, an inning pitched and a strikeout. He's trying to replicate that tonight, and it's the time now where we ask all of our viewers that are with us to leave who you think will be the best position player of the night in the comments. If you are correct on who you pick, you'll get a free t-shirt from the Stallions store based off of who we pick at the end. First batter that McIntyre is going to face here is Ryan Hart, the left fielder. Hart fouls it off to the left side. Fish is chasing. He won't be able to get there for strike 1.
McIntyre just really simple with it. Throw strikes and good things happen. We saw it last time against a very competitive Amsterdam Mohawks team where he just threw strikes down the middle and outs were made despite the 271 left and right field.
The best pitch in his arsenal, AJ, is the eephus. I've been told it clocks in around 45 miles per hour. It's got a lot of break on it as it's crushed into right field, but straight into the glove of Justin Ford for out number 1.
He's had so much success. If you run out of pitchers during playoff time, my first idea would be I'm going Matt McIntyre.
No reason not to. He's been exceptional on the mound so far this year and is tied with Josh Blackmore for most strikeouts on the team. Cody Meyer is next. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. This one's chopped up the middle. Resio is chasing. It's going to get through. McIntyre lets up his first hit of the day. Didn't let up a hit against Amsterdam last time. And there's a runner on first with one out here in the bottom of the fifth.
McIntyre looking to get that double play and get out of this inning. Some of the people that can be commented: Tyler Bach, Matt McIntyre, Mario Travella. Don't sleep on a Jarrett May / Ryan Resio either. Both are ready to go.
Yaman lets that one get by him. Moving up to second is Cody Meyer. And now the Dragons have a runner in scoring position. Well, AJ, if you're the Glens Falls Dragons, you got 3 innings left to go here. You got a position player on the mound for the rest of this game. It's a chance you can end the season off on a high. Yaman makes the play behind the plate, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
That's a huge breath taker for Matt McIntyre there. Got that second out. Now just looking for one more out, and he's out of this inning.
He'll have to go against Kyle Wu, the second baseman. Dragons have 5 hits in this game, but no runs. Stallions have a singular hit and 3 runs. Wu whacks this one up the middle. Rodriguez tried to make a nice play. It goes off of his glove and into the outfield. Coming in to score is Cody Meyer. It's 3-1.
Matt McIntyre letting up his first run of the year. That run is earned.
Yes, it does go down as an earned run. The official scorer scores it as an RBI single for Kyle Wu. Odelio Cespedes will be next. He takes a first pitch ball.
Cespedes 2 for 2 on the day. A single in the first, a single in the third. Looking to go that 3 for 3.
And not steal the bag if you're Kyle Wu. By the time the pitch gets to Eddie Yaman's glove, you can be at second without a throw. So it'll go down as a stolen base for Kyle Wu. His 9th bag of the year. Cespedes takes that one. It's 3-0.
Cespedes, immense power. So possibility, if there is one let down the middle, that can go far away.
He'll take it. It's a 4-pitch walk for Odelio Cespedes. And now the go-ahead run comes to the plate in the form of Jack Griffin, the cleanup hitter.
Jack Griffin so far, a single in the first. Now 2 runners on, 2 outs. It's a big moment for Griffin right now.
Big moment for Matt McIntyre. Cespedes goes to second. Both runners have moved up. And now they're both in scoring position with 2 outs. 3rd stolen base of the year for Odelio Cespedes. Griffin chops this one to third. It is foul. And now McIntyre is just a strike away from getting out of this jam.
Yeah, this is a jam that he's got to get himself out of.
Runners are at second and third. 2 outs here and a 1-2 count. The pitch. Griffin flares it to the right side, foul. Now is the time, if you're the Dragons, to tie up this ball game with Matt McIntyre on the mound. The 1-2. Griffin smacks it to left field. Amato's going back. He'll make the play. McIntyre gets out of the jam, only lets up 1 run here in the bottom of the 5th. Stallions lead it by 2 as we head to the 6th. George Creighton out of this game. Ball handed to his brother, Jay Creighton, here in the top half of the sixth. Stallions still leading by 2 runs.
Yeah, brother to brother. Actually, twins. One's a righty, one is a lefty. Played them in high school. We repeat that a few times.
And they're both freshmen going to Scranton University in the fall.
Yeah, Jay Creighton is 0 for 3 with a 6.26 ERA, 9 games, 2 of them being a start. 18 and 2/3 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts, 19 hits. So a contact pitcher, I would say so, in just 18 innings, 19 hits, so about a hit per inning pitched.
First batter he faces here in the top of the sixth will be Andrew Amato. Just 2 innings left to go in this one, as this game will end in the 7th inning. Both teams agreeing on that before the start of this game. First pitch to Amato misses outside for ball 1.
Amato looking for that hit here, 0 for 1 with a walk, scored in the 4th, but looking for that hit that can get him right back on that Amato track when playoff comes around.
He fouls that one straight back. It's 1-1.
Such a powerful swing that the ones that he likes, he's going to swing with all of his might.
One ball, 1 strike here to Andrew Amato, the pitch. Off-speed misses upstairs. It's 2-1.
Jay Creighton in this last start, July 21st against Albany in that 12-6 loss in 4 innings, 2 earned run, 3 hits, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts.
Creighton deals. Locates on the outside part of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Andrew Amato. The one that kicked the pitch. That one misses outside, and the count goes full.
First full count for Amato today at the plate. Looking to really reverse it. Get a single, a double here, and get that average right back to that 350 mark come playoff time.
Hits this one into right center field. Meyer drifts over. And he makes the play for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. Jarrett May will be next for the Stallions. He's 0 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, May just trying to replicate July Pac Cub player of the game, 1 for 2. A double, 2 RBIs, and a walk. 0 for 2 on the day, but can all change around in just 1 swing.
He takes strike 1 called at the knees. This one's cue balled over to second. Going to be a tough play for Wu. It gets by him. It's a 1-out single for Jarrett May here in the top of the 6th.
Jarrett May just seeing one fall there once again, just finding himself on that base path. We look from game to game. Jarrett May, 6'4", 235. When he gets on that base path, he's looking to score every time.
And AJ, the hitting struggle is continuing for the Stallions. This only their 2nd hit through 5 innings now of play. And last night against the Utica Blue Sox only had 3.
2 hits against the worst ERA pitching in the league. And Stallions got to really shape it up. Before Tuesday, they're going to play a good team, talent, top 6 in the East. It's all talent, game by game.
And the scary part is the Stallions have lost to every single team in the playoffs except for the Oneonta Outlaws. So you're most likely not going to get Oneonta as they come in as the 6th seed. Most likely will be Utica or Mohawk Valley, which can be dubbed as a trap game for this squad on Tuesday night.
Yeah, Mohawk Valley, we've won 1-1 against them. Came back on a 5-run deficit, the bottom of the 8th. A grand slam by Eddie Ahmed to tie it up and a stolen base to home by Mary Travella. Got the 8-7 win, and then just a loss last night against Utica. Two potential teams we could be facing both face a loss pretty recently. So Stallions really got to shape it up pitching and hitting-wise if they really want to play Amsterdam come that third round, assuming Amsterdam wins.
Stallion staff did a very nice job last night. Only gave up 2 runs, 5 hits. The biggest thing that stuck out at you last night for Saugerties was the left on base numbers. 7 in that one, as Rodriguez flares this one over to the right side. Cespedes is chasing. He pulls it down. Due down here in the top of the 6th. And you look at the left on base numbers. Now in their last 4 games for Saugerties, they've had 41 left on the base pass.
So that gives you 10 runners a game, about averaging it out. Think about it. There's 4 bases, or 3 bases including home. Divided up, that's almost 4 runs right there. That's a win against Utica, right? If you all just play it out.
That could have been a win against Amsterdam. They had 13 left on base in that one as well, even though they didn't register a hit during the game. As you look back at this season for the Stallions, they could have secured first place. It's not like Amsterdam was this extremely talented team. It really came down to the Stallions shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah, Stallions definitely shooting themselves in the foot. The left on base, the errors, the walks. It all comes with baseball, but to a measure. And the Stallions in some games outdid that measure, and that caused them to put a loss on the record. And the Stallions now at second place, which is a great accomplishment, but had potential to see that 1 seed.
Have never been first in their franchise history. Out, of course, dating back to 2015 when the point streak era started. Cuello cuts and misses, first strike 1. There is something that they can accomplish here tonight, AJ. They're 8-2 on the road coming into this game. With a win here tonight, could finish off the season with a winning percentage away from home.
Yeah, the road has been more of a problem than home this year, and that goes with most teams in any sport. The home field advantage and the home crowd play a huge viable role in a team's win/loss on a daily basis.
But the Stallions' numbers are drastic compared to other teams that you would usually see home and away splits. They're 20-4 at home, 8-2 on the road. That means over 75% of their victories come at Cantine Field.
And you want home games in playoff. We see the success. Just 4 losses at home. Stallions really got to get secured that one at home.
Cuello goes down swinging. It's been a struggle for him at the dish this season. That amplified by 41 Ks on the season. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Saugerties leading by 2. Josh Blackmore on to the mound for the Stallions for his 2nd pitching appearance of the season. He has been on the mound once before. That was against Amsterdam in that 18-2 thrashing of the Stallions. Pitched a 1/3 of an inning, struck out Jake Sparks in 3 pitches.
Yeah, holds a 0-0 ERA in first pitch right there.
Is over to Rodriguez. He throws to first. It's offline. That one should go down as an E6. And there's a runner at first with nobody out for Glens Falls here in the bottom of the 6th.
Position players starting with McIntyre and Blackmore. They're going to throw strikes. The Dragons have opportunity here to get hits, to get runs. The Stallions defense has to know that and recognize that as we hit the bottom of the 6th.
And excuse me, AJ, that one is scored as a hit. So it's a single, the bottom of the 6th. Andrew Gabriel, the shortstop, into the box next. Takes 2 straight balls. It's 2-0.
For the Dragons, it's the game of just sitting back.
Yeah, and sitting back and maybe taking a hit by pitch as Gabriel gets plunked, and I can't say that one's going to leave much of a sting as the velocity from Blackmore is not very fast.
They're not aiming to throw fast, just looking to just throw strikes. And right now it's, get out of this game with the win and go right into playoff time using the least amount of pitchers possible.
Blackmore misses. It's 1-0. Kyle McNeff at the plate. Hits this one to Resio. Tailor-made double play. On to first. It's in time. 4-6-3, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
That's a huge double play there for Josh Blackmore. And now he has 2 outs with a runner on third to work with. Just 1 more out, and he's out of here.
This one's hit over to the left side. Fish is chasing it. Will drop foul. Ryan Hart, the left fielder, at the plate for Glens Falls. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Had a single in the 2nd.
And Dan, one thing I'm noticing as I come more to East Field is left and right field has so much foul territory to work with that if you hit one in foul territory, it can most likely be an out.
It's somewhat like the Oakland Coliseum with the amount of foul ground on the left and right side, which is a positive and a negative. Blackmore gets his second 3-pitch strikeout of the year. Takes down Ryan Hart for the punch-out. Gives up nothing here in the bottom of the 6th. We're down to our last inning of the regular season. Stallions are leading by 2. Journey was just blasting out of the speakers, still is here at Eastfield. AJ, it's been a true journey with you throughout this season. I just want to give a big shout out to you, seeing your growth throughout the entire season. You came into Syracuse as a pre-med major, as a freshman. You didn't even know that you wanted to pursue this as a career. You just took this opportunity when I presented it to you, and seeing you grow over the course of this summer has been truly special. And I can't wait to see where you go. You have a great starting point now, and you have all the tools available to you to get yourself far.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to do it without you, number one. I mean, living with you, right, and just learning and going back to old film and just listening to each other and giving critiques out like it's no one's business. I look at you sometimes, I'm like, and you're just like, yeah, man, we got to get better here. I completely agree. So honestly, you gave me the option. You presented it to me. You gave me a home for the summer. Couldn't thank you more, because without you, I'm not here. And I'm on that pre-med track potentially still, which I didn't enjoy, but I had a good time with it for the times being.
And who knows if I will ever get to share the booth with you again. Maybe our final inning of working side by side on the air for a long time. Josh Blackmore will lead things off here in the top of the 7th. Stallions still leading by 2. The biggest question in my mind is which position player do you pick to come get the save?
Tyler Bach, put in the lefty, Coach Colin Martin. Hasn't seen a lefty today out of the Stallions. Switch it up. Put in Tyler Bach and close the game out with 3 position pitchers in a row.
Similar to what we saw up at Amsterdam, except that time the position players let up a cumulative 5 earned runs. Blackmore takes a strike. It's 1-1.
Blackmore just a pitcher if you need one, right? Blackmore coming out there and shoving. Once again, a strikeout to end the inning there.
Yeah, he earned his second 1-2-3 strikeout of the year. Loops this one into shallow left field. It's a leadoff single for Josh Blackmore.
Blackmore can pitch. Blackmore can hit. A 5-tool player right there.
Top of the order here for the Stallions. Justin Ford digging in. He takes the first pitch he sees for strike 1.
Ford on the day so far. 2 walks and a ground out to short. Looking to get his first hit of the day. Only up 2. Can use a run or 2 here to get the team some insurance coming into the bottom of the 7th.
That one misses. It's 1-1. Ford takes it down low. 2 balls and 1 strike here to the Seton Hall product. This one's chopped foul. It's 2-2. Last game of this PGCBL season. Stallions hoping to end it off on a win and build some momentum headed into Tuesday night at Cantine Field. A 2-2. Misses outside. Ford's worked himself into a full count.
Second full count of the day for Justin Ford, so nothing unusual there. First at-bat was a full count. As we take it to the 4th, another full count.
Payoff misses down low. Ford works himself a walk. And there's runners at first and second with no outs here in the top of the 7th.
Brandon Fish now given another opportunity to find himself there on the hitting streak. Batting 2 as a lefty so far. An 0 for 2 day with a walk where he was stopped at 3rd before the inning ended in the 1st.
Grounds this one to the right side. Will go to second for 1, but Gabriel can't come up with it. Blackmore is going to come home. Ford is waved home. 2 runs are going to score. Fish stops at second. It's 5-1.
A smart play there by Justin Ford. Just continued to run. Did not stop once there. And now the Stallions have a 4-run lead going into the bottom of the 7th. So it takes the stress off of the position pitcher that will be coming in next inning. So that's a huge break there for the Stallions with 5 runs in just 3 hits.
Eddie Yaman will step in. Still nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Stallions have played 2. First pitch misses way inside for ball 1. That one misses. 2 balls, no strikes here to Eddie Yaman.
Yaman so far 0 for 2 with a sac fly and an RBI. Now, no outs, runner in scoring position, a speedy Fish. Yaman puts one in the outfield. gets the bat right where it needs to be, and another RBI on the resume for the season would hit number 20 so far.
He's trying to reach that mark. He's been a monster, an RBI machine, if you will. Stallions are hoping he rolls that momentum into the playoffs come Tuesday night. Yaman steps back in. Fish is at second. There's nobody out here in the top of the seventh. Three-0. In there, Chase DeCastro on the bump for Glens Falls. Finds the zone for the first strike here against Yaman.
This is the fifth game for the 12.46 ERA pitcher, and 4 1/3 innings pitched, just a strikeout with 8 walks.
Yaman's walked on 5 pitches, and now Andrew Amato will come to the plate with runners at first and second and nobody out. Recio.
Recio so far in this game, 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch in the 4th inning where he did score a run, which would be the second run of the game. So Recio looking to get his first hit of the day. And like you said, I mentioned Amato. Amato's looking to back that right up.
Amato been struggling as of late. Wants to maybe have a hit headed into the playoffs, build some good juju, some good momentum. Recio checks his swing. It's 0-2. Runners are at first and second. The Weber product, Ryan Recio at the plate in an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Misses upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next one misses down at the knees. 2-2 count. 2 runs have come across to score. There's 2 runners on base with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Recio chases that one down low, just fouls it to the left side. Umpire calls time.
DeCastro in this game started off with 8 walks, now 10, walking 2 out of just 4 batters he's faced so far. So the stats not lying when in just 4 innings throwing 8 walks. So 2 walks an inning, already 2 so far this inning.
Recio hits that one foul to the right side. Gets under this one. Loops it into left field. Meyer makes the play at the track. Tagging over to third is Fish. He will get in there. The ball gets away. Goes into the Stallions dugout. This is a dead ball. Fish should come home to score. Yaman will go over to third. It's 6-1.
It's another run for the Stallions. Stallions keep on bringing them up. So getting insurance inning by inning, allowing the position pitchers to hold their own and not throw harder and make it more complicated than it needs to be.
Currently have a 5-run cushion. Amato trying to make that 7. He smokes this one into right center field. Meyer is on the track. He'll make the play. Tagging is Yaman. Saugerties leads this game 7-1.
Amato, that's just the hit that you got to tell yourself, that's a good hit. I got to repeat that my next at-bat. It will fall. That's scorched. to right center field. And Meyer, a fast center fielder, just being able to get to it with the scenario being this.
4 runs have come across to score here in the top of the 7th, but only one of them has been earned. The 3 others have come by way of errors. Jarrett May at the dish with 2 outs. He takes the first pitch he sees for ball 1.
May on the day so far, 1 for 3. So looking to get that second hit and solidify himself with 2 games in a row where he's seen the ball with pure discipline.
Pops this one up high to the left side foul. It's a 1-1 count. DeCastro comes set. Here's the pitch. Misses high and upstairs with the off speed. It's 2-1. May flares this one to the right side. Cespedes is chasing. He's not going to get there. Back-to-back singles for Jarrett May.
Yeah, May with his second hit of the day. Now 2 for 4 in his last game, 1 for 2. So May really just getting the hits that he should have got in during the season where they just weren't dropping. Now May gets that hit right there. That's well-deserved.
And it's good to see from a guy who's been struggling throughout the season. He now has 3 hits in his last 2 games. Fish now. Smokes this one up the middle. May is going to go over to third. That's a 2-out single for Rich Rodriguez. May will stay at second. There's runners at first and second with 2 outs.
Stallions tallying up their hits now. Now 5 in 7 innings of play. 4 runs in just this top of the 7th. Rodriguez and May. May getting his second hit of the game. Rodriguez getting his first. Back-to-back singles here.
And if Cuello can reach base safely, the Stallions will have batted around here in this top of the 7th.
Cuello looking for that hit. A double in the 2nd, an E5 in the 4th, and a strikeout in the 6th. Looking to get his second hit of the day in the 7th.
It's been a mixed bag for this guy tonight, a little bit of everything. Hits it over to short. Gabriel just throws to second. In time for out number 3, but not before the Stallions tack on 4 more runs. And I believe we are going to see Mario Trivella take the mound here in the... Oh, nope, I correct myself. Trivella is going to move over to second base. Ryan Rescio is in to close out the game. Stallions are leading by 6. We'll be right back. Bottom half of the 7th, Ryan Rescio out there to close this ball game down, close the 2024 season. Now we see a little bit of a spike in velocity from last time he deals a first pitch ball in the dirt.
Sneaky little pitcher there, Ryan Rescio, throwing the velocity. Second base, so doesn't have to use the velocity 24/7 there. Gets to show it off a little bit on the mound.
He did get a little bit shelled in his last outing. He pitched 1 2/3 against Amsterdam. 4 hits, 4 earned runs, and a walk. Before that, though, I talked to him. He pitched an inning and a third in the Northwoods League last year, and he had 1 strikeout. He told me the fastball tops in at 83, but it seems a little bit faster than that here tonight.
Someone's got to bring out the radar gun.
The off-speed gets Meyer to hit this one into center field. There's 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th.
2 more outs to go in this 2024 PGCBL season. And I never thought I'd say it so quick. Just 2 outs left, and then playoff time.
It's crazy to think about, but playoffs are right around the corner. Stallions will host the highest remaining possible seed come Tuesday night at Cantine Field. Of course, be there if you can. We need all the support possible, but if you cannot, we will have that game with you. It's a 6:55 p.m. pack-up pregame show and a 7:05 start. Rescio misses upstairs. It's 2-0.
Stallions, a lot to gain in the playoffs. They have 28 wins so far, looking for 29 and 2 outs in the playoffs. Just looking to get as far as they can with the team they've built.
This team has been the most talented squad in Stallions history. 28 wins on the season, on the cusp of 29, and that would sit at the record for most in a season. And I think it's going to be pretty hard for a Stallions team next year to beat 29 wins.
Yeah, that with only 40 games played, you only allow yourself with 10 losses, and in a baseball season, you can go on that 3-game stretch of losses. So really, an accolade that will be hard to be broken.
The 2-2. Misses down low. Rescio hunting for the strikeout, and the count goes full.
We didn't see a strikeout from McIntyre, but we did see one from Blackmore. Rescio trying to get that 1 strikeout and tie his teammate Blackmore.
He's got it right there. That now marks 2 strikeouts in 2 2/3 innings for the position players of this team. Kyle Wu represents the last out of this 2024 PGCBL season for the Glens Falls Dragons. That one misses upstairs for ball 1. We saw last season the Dragons take a game against the Stallions on July 26th. That would avoid them getting season swept. But this year, it's seeming like the Stallions are going to be 10-0 against Glens Falls.
Yeah, 5 trips to Eastfield, 5 trips to Cantine. So split up to most even matchup as possible. And the Stallions finding their way around the Dragons each and every game this season. Most of the games without trouble, and the Stallions gained a lot of runs throughout these 10 games so far.
Rescio misses at the top of the zone. 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 7th to Kyle Wu. That pitch is called at the knees, and the Dragons are down to their last strike of the season.
Rescio looking to get his 2nd strikeout of the inning here and beat Josh Blackmore.
Here's the payoff. Wu stays alive, fouls it off to the right side.
Wonder if there will be bragging rights between the 2 Weber baseball players, Josh Blackmore and Ryan Rescio.
No doubt about that. You got to expect it, especially when you see a position player on the mound. Rescio trying to give the Stallions their 29th win of the season. Here's the pitch. Wu lines it into left center field. Cuello is chasing. Kyle